She's #1 at being dumb, the new face of the DNC. Gather round, cause that's our Jazzy.
Yeah, baby.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman.
When Greg Gutfeld went head-to-head with Jasmine Crockett on live television, the exchange quickly turned into one of the most talked-about political clashes of the moment. What began as a routine debate escalated into a rapid-fire battle of wit and rebuttal, with Gutfeld's biting sarcasm colliding against Crockett's sharp counterpoints. The tension was unmistakable, the pace relentless, and the audience reaction immediate, fueling an online firestorm within minutes. It wasn't just another political segment. It was a high-voltage showdown that left viewers glued to their screens and social media buzzing long after the cameras stopped rolling.
Literally, it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you.
That's not very woke, is it? Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist!
Greg Gutfeld has built a reputation for transforming routine political exchanges into high-impact confrontations driven by razor-edged satire and unfiltered commentary. So when Jasmine Crockett stepped into the spotlight, known for her confident delivery and headline-ready soundbites, a tense showdown felt almost inevitable. What followed was a fast-paced clash of style and substance, sharp rebuttals, pointed humor, and a stage charged with intensity. As Crockett leaned into her performance, expecting a conventional debate format, she instead faced Gutfeld's relentless counterpunching, turning the moment into a dramatic television exchange that instantly ignited audience reaction and online debate.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices. Because we all get sucked into this. Like, this is... If you're going to talk about black history, at least know it. This is... At least know it, okay?
If you thought the confrontation had already peaked, think again. The intensity only escalated. When Jasmine Crockett stepped deeper into the spotlight, the stakes rose instantly. Known for her high-energy delivery and viral-ready soundbites, Crockett has cultivated a style that commands attention and dominates headlines. To supporters, that passion signals fearless advocacy. To critics, it can feel more theatrical than substantive. In this charged exchange, her bold approach collided head-on with sharp opposition, transforming a routine segment into a gripping political spectacle that kept viewers locked in and the conversation raging long after it ended.
But it goes back to, that was 45 seconds of some of the, like, Kamala, you good right now. That was some of the dumbest I ever heard in my life. Here's the thing. This goes back to what we talked about earlier. They never have a solution. Just listen to your dumbass talk. You want to talk about agriculture? Why don't you fix the lottery? Why don't you make it easier for people who want to come into this country to work in agriculture and equitation and factories? Get rid of the lottery. Open it up. Talk to the president. Like, hey, we got a plan. We want to make it easier for people who can vet and come in and work in this country. Come up with an idea. Besides, any of y'all want to pick cotton? We're like, we're in suits in the middle of the Midwest. Why would we pick cotton? It's like the extreme stupidness of what she speaks. I'm so angry right now.
Greg Gutfeld is known for cutting through heated rhetoric with sharp satire and a confident, knowing delivery that keeps audiences on edge. So when Jasmine Crockett launched into an impassioned, partisan critique, the exchange quickly intensified. Rather than engage in a conventional back and forth, Gutfeld responded with pointed humor and rapid-fire punchlines that reframed the moment entirely. Supporters saw it as incisive commentary. Critics viewed it as combative showmanship. Either way, the clash transformed into a gripping television spectacle, one that amplified both personalities and sent the broader political conversation into overdrive.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
When the wheels fall off.
You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plant.
In this showdown, Jasmine Crockett leaned into the high-impact, camera-ready style that has become central to her public persona. Forceful delivery, sharp one-liners, and moments built for viral replay. But Greg Gutfeld answered with a different strategy: measured sarcasm, pointed observations, and a steady rhythm that shifted the tone of the exchange. Rather than escalating the volume, he reframed the narrative, challenging her arguments with cutting humor and deliberate restraint. The result wasn't just another televised disagreement. It was a tense, tightly wound confrontation that spotlighted two starkly different approaches to modern political media.
Kilmeade, she's getting to be the face of that party.
I know, thanks to your show.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more popular, this or The View on Gutfeld. But a couple of things. Did you see, at first I thought she was doing it for comedic purposes, but you watch back, nobody had a response. They didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And she's like, oh, really? Farming? Yes, it's called eating, farming. America's got the best farmers in the world. There's glory in doing it. People do it, and the people don't do it by hand anymore. This isn't 1820. So I was just stunned by what she's saying. But the weird thing is, she probably left that room thinking she knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that anyone can stop her from being the face of the party, except Bernie Sanders, who's 111 years old, talking about oligarchs.
As the exchange intensified, Greg Gutfeld sharpened his focus, challenging what he framed as inconsistencies in Jasmine Crockett's rhetoric and public record. With calculated satire rather than raised volume, he contrasted her impassioned speeches with questions about measurable legislative impact, shifting the debate from viral moments to tangible results. Supporters viewed his critique as a pointed examination of performance-driven politics, while critics saw it as overly dismissive. Either way, the confrontation moved beyond theatrics and into a broader argument about substance versus spectacle in modern political leadership, turning a fiery clash into a conversation that resonated far beyond the studio.
Do you have an opinion on this, or should I move on to somebody?
No, I just... It has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay? None of y'all are qualified. Not just for one thing, I'm mad at Charmaine the Guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be, they say something, it's like, it's not the same thing. But if you say that, and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that. And I don't want you on my show. Get the hell out, because I'm telling you right now, if I was not on the show, which happens sometimes, and someone was sitting in his chair and he was complaining about black men this and black that, and they shouldn't be here, and you know what happens when a white woman marries a black guy, you would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off, because you're not gonna talk about somebody that I care about like that, or another person like that. That's the problem.
After the clash, supporters of Jasmine Crockett quickly pushed back, arguing that the criticism crossed into unfair territory, while critics insisted it was simply accountability in action. Greg Gutfeld stood firm, framing his remarks as pointed commentary rather than personal attack, and the debate spilled instantly onto social media. Memes, highlight reels, and rapid-fire reactions flooded timelines, turning a tense studio exchange into a viral spectacle replayed from every angle. What began as a sharp political disagreement evolved into a broader conversation about tone, scrutiny, and the fine line between performance and policy in today's media-driven landscape.
All right, stop it! Although I must say you have great taste. Happy Happy Wednesday, everyone. Oh, man. Okay.
What unfolded felt less like a routine debate and more like a defining moment in the larger argument over spectacle versus substance. As Greg Gutfeld pressed his critique, he broadened the focus beyond Jasmine Crockett herself, questioning a media-driven style of politics that prioritizes viral moments over measurable results. With tightly timed humor and pointed commentary, he contrasted performance with policy, arguing that leadership is built on outcomes, not outrage. Supporters cheered the takedown. Critics rejected the framing. But the exchange underscored a deeper tension shaping modern politics, whether attention-grabbing theatrics can truly substitute for sustained, substantive governance.
Jesse, they call Musk a Nazi, and next thing you know, you got swastikas on cars. They called Trump Hitler and a Nazi and a fascist, and he got shot. So I don't really ever see that happening on the Republican side when we make fun of Democrats. It's also about the supporters. It's not just the leaders. It seems like Democrats are easily programmed to do bad things.
Yes, they are. They're very easily programmed, Greg.
I made you say that.
This clash felt bigger than a single segment. It landed as a broader statement about the direction of modern political media. Greg Gutfeld framed his confrontation with Jasmine Crockett as a challenge to what he sees as applause-driven politics, arguing that viral moments and high-volume rhetoric can't replace tangible results. Crockett delivered her message with trademark intensity, but the exchange quickly shifted into a sharp contrast of styles: performance versus policy, spectacle versus substance. By the end, the atmosphere in the studio felt heavy and divided, as viewers were left debating not just who won the moment, but what kind of leadership truly resonates in an era dominated by clicks and clips.
First, they cursed, now they thirst for blood. Jasmine Crockett is upping her temper tantrums, now saying the only way Democrats can win elections is by throwing hands.
I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. It's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard.
As the exchange intensified, Jasmine Crockett attempted to regain control, leaning into familiar refrains and impassioned appeals. But Greg Gutfeld remained composed, responding with measured sarcasm and tightly framed counterpoints that kept the momentum firmly in his hands. While Crockett pressed her case with urgency, Gutfeld's calm, almost effortless delivery reframed the moment, turning sharp disagreement into sharp-edged television. The studio audience reacted audibly, amplifying the tension as two contrasting styles collided, high-intensity advocacy meeting cool, calculated satire in a showdown that felt less like a debate and more like a defining media moment.
Now, she claims that she wasn't talking about Abbott's wheelchair at all. Yet she's mentioned Abbott's wheels before. In 2022, she posted Beto's rolling around the state. Where's Abbott rolling to? And according to the Washington Free Beacon, Crockett also liked several Facebook comments referring to Abbott as Hot Wheels back in.
In the aftermath, allies of Jasmine Crockett moved quickly to defend her, igniting online debates and opinion pieces that only fueled the spectacle further. But inside the studio, the defining contrast remained clear. While Crockett projected urgency and defiance, Greg Gutfeld maintained an almost disarming calm, delivering his critiques with controlled satire and steady composure. He never raised his voice or dramatized the moment. He simply let his commentary land. That restraint became the centerpiece of the clash, turning a heated exchange into a broader cultural flashpoint about tone, leadership, and the fine line between commanding attention and commanding respect in today's political arena.
How long is she going to keep this thing that she wasn't talking about, the wheelchair?
Yeah. Come on, babe, you know you're full of and all that, Jasmine. I think what happened was AOC was like, you guys, I need to triangulate and be serious now because I'm going to be a senator. So someone has to be a talking attention whore. Who's it going to be? And Jasmine raised her hand and goes, excuse me, Congresswoman Cortez, I speak jive.
What it is.
In the end, the clash transcended party lines and became a sharper debate about substance versus spectacle. As Jasmine Crockett delivered her message with intensity, critics argued that passion alone cannot substitute for policy outcomes. Greg Gutfeld seized on that contrast, framing the moment as part of a broader critique of what he views as performance-driven politics in the social media era. With controlled satire and pointed commentary, he positioned leadership as results over rhetoric, governance over viral moments. The exchange left viewers divided but engaged, underscoring a growing national conversation about whether modern politics rewards attention more than achievement, and what that means for the future of public leadership.